I am the Lonely Necron and welcome to my basement. So today we're going to do the large version of a troop battle royale. 8 factions have donated 1 troop unit to go at it and see who can last. A few minor things about this video. In most videos I do it phase by phase. This video we're just going to do all the phases for each faction all at once, and I'll talk about it as we go. It should go faster, I hope, because there are 8 factions and it could take a while. You may or may not have seen, I had a video a long time ago called The Battle of 5 Armies, and it had 5 factions in it, and I did it phase by phase, and I think that video is like an hour long. And while I'm not against hour-long videos, I'd kind of like to avoid that today. We'll try this method of doing it. This is the fountain that I made for, well, I didn't make it, I bought it off Etsy and painted it. But I did it for D&D, but I mainly use it as terrain for this. It's been in a lot of the videos on the channel, probably 75–80% of them. We'll take a look at the grouping and the board here in a second. This is the board for the large size troop battle royale thing. There's the troops, we'll look at them in a second. All of the little collectible coin things are starting places. I don't have enough collectible coins, so this is the starting place. And then there's one way over here on the far side there. 1 unit on each one of these spots will be their starting point for the first round. So starting in no real particular order here for the troop groupings. The necrons have sent 10 immortals with Tesla carbines. We have 10 tzaangors led by a twistbray. 10 gargoyles from the tyranids. And 10 Night Lord Space Marines. There's a heavy bolter, a autocannon, and the aspiring champion has a chain axe and a plasma pistol. The orks sent 10 boys with a rocket launcher. 10 witches. 10 guardian defenders. And 10 demonettes with a icon of chaos and an instrument of chaos. So yeah, one of these 8 is going to be the sole survivor. And while I normally go necrons, I'm actually going to vote that the Night Lord squad is going to win this. I figure that probably only a couple of them will survive, but overall I'm voting Night Lords. Alright, well, I'll set up deployment and we'll play the game. So the orks are starting in this corner over here. The tzaangors in between them, and the drukhari in this corner. Night Lords over here. The demonettes in this corner, with their happy little targets, the eldar right there, between them and the necron immortals over there. And then the gargoyles over here. I've pre-rolled out the first 5 rounds, so we'll start with the orks. The orks advanced off of their hill. Nobody has an assault weapon, so nobody can shoot. They don't have the thing that'll let them advance and charge, so that's the end of their turn. So that'll make it over to the eldar turn. So the eldar just advanced forward, trying to put a lot of distance between them and the demonettes. They're not within distance to shoot at anybody, and they definitely can't do the charge thing. So that'll be the end of their turn, which will put us on over to the necrons. The immortals advanced down off of this hill, dumped all of their shots into the guardian defenders, and managed to kill 3 of them. That was fun. But that's the end of their turn, which makes it the drukhari turn. So the witches advance down off of this hill, obviously heading towards the tzaangors. They're all armed with pistols, so they can't shoot. They can't advance and charge, so that makes it the tzaangors' turn. The tzaangors moved closer to the witches, charged into them, survived Overwatch, killed all but the Hecatrix, and then the Hecatrix turned around and killed one of the tzaangors. So that was super ridiculous. That'll make it the Night Lord's turn. The Night Lords opted not to move and instead used their heavy bolter and autocannon to kill 3 of the demonettes. They're too far away to charge anything, so that actually makes it the demonettes' turn. Well, where once there was Eldar, now there is only Slaanesh. So they moved off the hill and then charged into the Eldar forces, saving on the 1 wound from Overwatch. Yeah, and then just brutally slaughtered them 29 attacks later. Man. Those Guardian Defenders just didn't have a chance. Yeah, and then they just consolidated towards the necrons. So Eldar are the first army, well, I guess not army, the first faction, completely tabled. And in the first round too. Craziness. That makes it the gargoyles' turn. The gargoyles have advanced over here and killed a couple of the orcs with their devourers, I believe it is. So that'll be the end of the first round. Yeah, that was quick and weird. So starting off the second round, the gargoyles get to go first this time, so the gargoyles just flew over here like regular and then killed 3 of the orcs, choosing not to charge in this particular round. So that'll make it the tzaangors' turn. The tzaangors opted not to move and just killed the Hecatrix. So the Dark Eldar are also out. So Space Elves have been completely destroyed. Sad panda. That makes it the Orcs' turn. So the rocket launcher boy killed one of the gargoyles. The boys all charged in. They all made it. And they all killed the gargoyles, so the tyranids have been wiped out. That makes it the Necron turn. The Necrons decided not to move and just killed off the demonettes. That makes it the Night Lord's turn. The Night Lords don't really want to move, so they killed 1 tzaangor with the heavy bolter, and the autocannon failed to hit. That takes us to the end of round 2. Only 4 factions left on the board here. So the start of round 3 starts with the Necrons. Necron turn. The Necrons are just ignoring the Night Lords and are instead advancing towards the Orc faction. They're definitely not in range to shoot those, so that'll take us on over to the Night Lord turn. Yeah, the Night Lords seem to be in a pretty good spot. They can just shoot away with those heavy weapons of theirs. They did manage to kill one of the tzaangors, but other than that, they're just staying here, not moving at all. That makes it the orc turn. The orcs moved closer to the tzaangors. It was a really long charge distance. They didn't hit anything with their guns, and they failed to make their charge. Oh well. That does make it the tzaangors' turn, though. Alright, so the tzaangors moved closer and then charged into the orcs. They didn't lose anybody to Overwatch. It killed 4 of the boys, did a point of damage to the knob, and then the knob killed one of them. It was super impressive. That does unfortunately make it the knob's turn. I think the knob was hoping that he could pull off some sort of a win there, but he failed and died for the attempt. That makes it the necron turn. The necrons just advanced to the base of the hill here. That'll make it the Night Lord's turn. So the Night Lords actually moved over their distance so that they could see the tzaangors off there in the distance. The autocannon can see them even if the heavy bolter could not. Unfortunately, the autocannon failed to hit on both, so nothing awesome there. That'll make it the tzaangors' turn. The tzaangors have just advanced towards the hill, trying to make it more difficult to be attacked by the Night Lord shooting. Which takes us back around to the Necron turn again. The Necrons have just advanced up onto the hill. Not even within sight range of anybody right now, so that'll take us over to the Night Lord's turn. So the Night Lords have advanced towards the tzaangors. Nobody has an assault weapon, so they can't shoot, which will make it the tzaangors' turn. The tzaangors moved closer to the Night Lords and attempted to charge into them. They failed to make the charge, and the aspiring champion with his plasma pistol actually killed one of them in Overwatch. That was kind of nice. So that'll take us back around to the Necron turn. Advancing quickly over the hill here. The Immortals got a really big advance here. They're about halfway across the hill. But it is the Night Lord's turn, and they are really, really close to the really depleted tzaangors. So the Night Lords didn't move and just shot and charged. They killed one in the shooting phase and killed the rest in the charge phase. That was super crazy. So now that just leaves it the Necrons and the Night Lords. So the Necron turn. The Necrons have advanced over towards the edge of the hill here. The 2 front guys can actually see the Night Lords and manage to kill one of them. That makes it the Night Lord's turn. So the Night Lords killed off 2 of the Immortals in the shooting phase, and then another one in the fight phase. Reanimation, it's terrible. Night Lords don't reanimate, and one of them did die. That'll make it the Necron turn. There really aren't any good options here for the Necrons. They go the same movement distance as the Space Marines, and their guns just, yeah. They did manage to kill one Space Marine in the melee and reanimated the 2 that died otherwise, which makes it the Space Marine's turn. Alright, so they managed to kill off 3 of the Immortals and lost a Space Marine. So probably another fight phase, maybe 2. Well, for whatever reason, the chainsword and the combat knife seem to definitely have done the job. So ultimately, in this particular game, the Night Lords won the troop battle royale. I did predict they were going to win. I just didn't actually expect them to do so. That's the second or third time that I've had a prediction come true that I didn't expect to come true. Thank you again for the suggestion for this. I had thought about it, but hearing that someone wanted to see it kind of solidified my desire to do so. Probably going to do this kind of thing with the rest of the battlefield roles, although it's going to be kind of weird when we get to the heavy support experience. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you watching. I noticed the other day that I had like 170 some subscribers, which is crazy. That's 170 some subscribers more than I thought I'd ever had, so again, if you've been watching, if this is your first video or your 70th odd video, thanks. I do appreciate it. So yeah, this was a weird experience. Probably will not do this style again, where I just do all the phases all at once. I figured this game would take longer because there was 8 factions. I just didn't realize, I guess, how quickly most of them would die. And it was kind of surprising how many died, so as fast as they did. Either way, thanks for watching and have a good morning.